Good evening, ghouls. It has been a minute. Um, as you'll hear in the episode, we talk about it a little bit. Becca got into a rock climbing accident and broke her leg pretty bad, had to have emergency surgery. So that kind of threw a wrench in the recording schedule a little bit. It was pretty much impossible to go to the movies for a while or to the theaters. And then with the strike heating up, it was kind of, we weren't sure what we could and couldn't watch. We wanted to support writers, of course. All three of us are writers, so that was important for us. So, yeah, it became a little bit weird there for a little bit, but we are back. The strike is over. We're going to be able to go to movies from now, and Becca's doing good. She is, kind of sort of walking. And yeah, we appreciate you guys sticking around, even though we went on a bit of a hiatus there. But we've got this episode coming out, and then we are watching a movie. We're probably going to do some spooky stuff with spooky season coming up, so expect that. Maybe do some classics. I know we have a Friday the 13th coming up, which, how can you not watch something spooky? But yeah, we love you, ghouls. Thanks for sticking around, and we're back.
Talk to us, ghouls. Insert Imagine Dragons radioactive.
Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks, I practiced a
can't
lot.
get
in
out of here
2014.
because this car is
Imagine
pulled
dragging these ghouls all over your face.
Imagine dragging.
Shit, I didn't have the mic close to you. I'm sorry.
Well, ghouls, good evening. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute. One
Becca,
of my
do you wanna
limbs
explain
is
yourself?
not intact. Okay, yeah. I can explain myself. So, I started rock climbing a few months ago and was getting the hang of it, and then got sweaty hands. I didn't have enough chalk, and I went for a hold right as my hand slipped off another. So I spun in the air, landed on one foot before the other, and my body kept spinning, and my foot didn't. So I got a spiral fracture, and now I've got bionicle parts in my limb, and so now I'm part bionicle, which is kind of fun, except that it's gonna take a while to heal, and I have to ride around on a knee scooter, which is actually way better than crutches because being helpless is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. But I'm adapting, and I'm no longer quite as helpless as I was 2 weeks ago. So,
So that's why we missed a couple of weeks.
Thank God it wasn't her
Episodes.
podcasting leg.
honestly, because we would be out for like months.
But to, help ease the pain of being without us for so long, we've got Jordan on the pod.
What's up, guys?
Yay.
Excuse me, ghouls.
Did you just
Yeah,
misgender?
we're
our
gender
ghouls?
inclusive
the
on
entire
this.
fan base. Oh, fuck. My phone fell on our Cheesecake Factory
The
leftovers.
Cheesecake Factory. We were very close, ghouls, to recording the podcast in the Cheesecake Factory, but
Quite close.
none of us
The
wanted to go and
immaculate
get the sound
vibes.
sack.
And
But
by
we
immaculate, I
should've.
mean atrocious.
We just watched Talk to Me.
We did. We did just watch Talk to
And
Me.
we've talked a little bit about it just, as we were going over dinner and stuff. I think we all pretty much liked it.
I want to say, first and foremost, that I only caught about like half of this trailer at one point. Didn't really know anything about it apart from like the basic branding. I was unaware of and unprepared for just how fucking Australian this movie
Yeah, me too.
is.
I missed that it was
Jesus
Australian.
Christ,
Like,
like-
even having seen a couple trailers and shit.
I heard them speaking and I was like, oh, it's for, or actually in the opening credits, which there were a lot of, like so many opening credits. Australia was mentioned twice, and so I was like, oh, apparently they're Australian. They start speaking, and they are indeed very Australian. And then just before I didn't think you could get any more Australian, they did the Get Out deer, except it's a kangaroo. in the
yeah,
road.
that's actually one of the things, like my criticisms of the movie is the kangaroo was a little bit goofy.
I mean, this
It was
was
not
filmed
my,
on like an iPhone, right?
What?
I do
That's
not
part
think
of the
that's true.
thing. I don't know if it's true.
I
But
don't.
it's the
That's not-
I do not think that's.
Yeah, that's
No,
not.
I've
respectfully.
seen stuff that it is. There were scenes that were shot on iPhone.
Fact checking.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
like
facts.
scenes. I thought you were talking like the entire movie was shot with an
The
iPhone.
stuff where they show things on people's phones.
No, like maybe. I don't know. I guess that could be part of it. I know that this was part of the advertisements. I don't know. Ghouls probably
It's
know a little bit
it's-
more. It's made by YouTubers, right?
Yeah. Wait, do we summarize it?
Yeah.
Jordan, you want to summarize it?
I think it's just don't touch a hand for more than 90 seconds.
Wash your hands, ghouls.
Yeah, there's the hand of a medium.
Medium
and-
psychic.
Medium
whatever,
psychic or whatever, and you hold on to it, say, talk to me, and I let you in. And you can't do that for more than 90 seconds or really bad shit happens. And that's kind of the whole gist.
But what happened, Jordan?
Like, tell the entire thing.
Yeah, this is a summary.
2 minutes specifically.
2 minutes specifically.
Minutes or less.
Okay. The girl who does it, her mom has died. She's not sure why. She has a strange relationship with her dad. She's always at her friend's house. She's really close with the friend's little brother. So they go do this ritual. Her friend thinks it's fake. They go do this, I guess, call it ritual for the sake of.
Yeah.
They do this ritual with the hand to see if it's real or not. She gets super into it because she just describes the feelings like amazing, like euphoric, and blah, blah, blah. And they do it a second time, and all the friends join in. And then her best friend's little brother does it. And when he does it, he speaks to her as if he were her dead mom. So she is all about that. But he freaks out, smashes his face in, tries to like rip out his eyeball. He has to go to the hospital. But during all that, she steals the hand, just gets way deeper into it until she can't really discern reality from, this like spirit world anymore, and starts seeing spirits even when she's not holding the hand, and
Sucks a toe.
sucks a toe, and basically gets it in her head that she's got to kill this kid in order to save him, and it kind of ends on her dying, right? Like
Yeah.
her going
she
into
kills
this.
herself.
She kills herself instead of killing the kid.
And she becomes one of the
And then
spirits.
she becomes
yeah.
one of the spirits. And we'll get into details as we just talk about it.
I think it's cool that it's implied that like all the spirits who are in the hand are the ones who died because of it. You
Fucked
know?
up for that like tiny little girl.
I don't know if that's.
Her mom wasn't involved, right?
Yeah.
Well, was it her mom? Or was it because we didn't see what Liam saw. So it could have been something because whatever it was that took Liam
Yeah.
knew that she was going to be the key to getting to him, because she was the only one that was going to be able to convince him to do it. She was the most into it, and the sister wasn't going to do it, and she's the only one with like a connection to the spirit world that would make it so that he would go past those 50 seconds. So the way I interpreted it was that it was something completely different masquerading as her mom in order to get her to get inside of him, because she says in the beginning that they want him, like they would, like she specifically talks about it, a man. She says he's here, he likes you, he wants a cut of you, he wants your like meat or whatever. So I think it was that old man that we kept seeing at the end, and because once he says, I let you in. We never once see who he's talking to before, and once it's after, he can't say anything, you know? So he can't tell her, it's not your mom. And then the mom was obviously, like, the woman that was in her, like the drowned woman that, like, sucks the toe.
Yeah.
Because she turns into her. And she lies about things. Because she doesn't actually know stuff, because she's...
Yeah, I mean, I'm here for all that. I just don't know if, like, all the spirits are specifically spirits that the hand took. I mean,
I feel like it would
I would
make
say
sense.
I'm not against that. I just don't know if I didn't really see that.
Yeah, I would say the spirits you see, like, I would say that little girl, because they they reached out, held hands in the same way, you know, that she does at the very end. Like, to me, that's that's a spirit that maybe got lost to the hand or whatever. But yeah, everything else is just kind of conjured up, and like you could see damn near anybody in that thing.
I guess it might be kind of thematic too, because essentially this movie is an allegory for like social media and like the toxic circles, and like the way that it traps you and makes you want to live another life, or like just like the spiral of social media and like the online presence, especially with like all the people like, you know, taking pictures and videos of everything, and like this like wanting to fit in and the peer pressure of, you know, being so digitally involved and having that presence, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that ties into like the spiraling part of it, is like the more that we do it, the more it brings other people in, and we're bringing down people with us. But yeah.
In particular, I wanted to mention the hand as
Amazing prop.
a premise or a concept or a prop or what, or like a motif or whatever you want to call it, because in a lot of ways this is a Ouija board movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like this very easily could have been a Ouija board, and it actually probably would have been easier to market that way. Just call it Ouija or something, you know?
They've already got movies like that, though. They've already got a Ouija series.
Yeah, sure. But I guess the point that I'm making is that the hand itself is a very memorable and well executed, I don't know, totem mascot. Like, I don't know what to call it, but like certain movies just can be instantly recognizable, like the pinwheel in like Inception or something, you know? Like there's just like these unique kind of nowhere else type items in cinema that can really cement a movie's concept or image or whatever you want to call it. And whoever made that hand and whoever came up with the hand idea did a very good job, because it definitely helps this movie feel like its own thing rather than many other things, in a way that several horror movies that I've seen recently, even though they were pretty good, didn't have that strong of a visual, like, conceptual element.
I think Boogeyman tried to with that like little orb of light, but it is not quite as distinct as the hand. The hand is so unique looking, and like also really symbolic too, because it's reaching out. You know what I mean? It brings to mind like someone grabbing you and pulling you. You know what I mean? And like the writing on it is super cool. Just amazing centerpiece for what I thought was a very like well shot, well put together movie.
Yeah.
I imagine too that it would be really easy for like the actors to like hold on to it obviously, but like in those scenes where it's like very practical, you know, as effects wise, whereas like other props in horror movies like might be a little bit more difficult for someone to have to like they'd have to figure out how to stick a prop to someone. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Sure, yeah.
It's very tactile.
It's very tactile, and it's very practical in the fact that like they just have to hold it. Like they just have to squeeze it, and you can make it look like you're not holding something by like squeezing the palm, you know? that was really, I think that was really fun too.
It looks you know what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like looking at that hand, I can feel that hand very clearly because it's like something like I've touched a mannequin's hand and that's what it like looks like. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a great prop. Good spooks in this movie. Very good jump scares. Very just like gross scenes that like got a reaction from everybody.
I can't think of like a jump scare. Like there are parts that scare. I can't
When she
think of
slapped
like a
herself,
moment. Oh yeah,
that was
yeah,
a big
that,
one.
Yeah,
That one actually
Okay.
got me pretty good. There was a couple of like not like jump scares like oh my gosh, this
like cheap.
motorcycle.
Maybe the first jump cut to the dead person when she like holds the hand for the first
That
time.
was a good one. Yeah.
It was so fast.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of jump scares, but I feel like that's good. Like
Because I was gonna say,
A
I'd
movie
almost
that
like
overuses
one
them,
of the
you know?
things I'd praise it for is not just relying on jump scares.
not cheap
Like,
scares
there's
throughout
that-
the movie.
Because even that scene where she's staring at the corner of her room and you can slowly see a person, like I thought that was way more scary than like
Yeah.
a lazy horror movie that would just have that person pop right out, you know?
Yeah.
Like seeing the outline slowly
The way it
show up
crawled
and
out of
start
those
crawling.
shadows. Yeah, that was good. That was a great scene.
And then proceeded to suck his entire
Suck
foot off.
his entire
My-
foot off.
My genuine and sincere question is that a prop foot? Is that a stunt foot? Or is that the actual actor's foot? I need to know.
If I'm
The ins and
the
outs of
actor
how that
sucking
happens.
on the toe, that's got to be a prop that's been disinfected. I'm not sucking.
Yeah, that's
Or,
nasty.
I mean,
on his
that's
toe.
any information of it not being a prop would never see the light of day.
I mean,
No one would ever know. I would never leave the set.
yeah. Unless
If
they
I had to
paid you
suck
big
that
money, I
foot.
guess. There was somebody, like, I think it was Fortuona in Mad Max Fury Road, that, like, every time she had to shave her head, they had to give her, like, an
No,
extra
it was
10K
Ripley.
or something. What was it?
It was Ripley.
Oh, yeah,
in
Ripley in Alien 3.
Alien.
Every time, or I mean, Sigourney Weaver in Alien 3, every time she had to shave her head, they had to give her, like, a 5K or a 10K bonus or something like that.
Shit.
Yeah, so,
You know what's something I
hazard
think
pay.
is neat about A24 movies is like they have the indie movie feel, which is fun. Specifically, the fact that the actors, I don't know, I can get into it in a specific way that I can't with like a Marvel movie, for example, because Scarlett Johansson isn't on the screen. You know what I mean? I'm not familiar with the actors, is the point that I'm trying to make.
Oh, okay.
And because of that, I'm not
There's no
judging
way
their
of it.
performance as actors as often. Like when I saw, for example, Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer, a lot of he did a great job, and I'm sure that the actors in this movie and A24 movies have existing careers. But like when I first saw RDJ in Oppenheimer, I was like, oh, that's Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Let's and that's
me
backseat
recalibrate.
in my mind. You know what I mean? Like this
Yeah.
is Iron Man or this is Sherlock or whoever you want. But in a lot of the A24 movies that we've seen recently, I guess like Michelle Yeoh is like a pretty obvious. Everything Everywhere in general is just a. Or wait, was that A24?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's not like they're against working with big actors, but I don't know. I think a movie that doesn't have immediately recognizable actors that does add something that I think is kind of neat.
Yeah.
And I think horror is pretty good at that in general, like as a
Horror's-
genre. But
Yeah, horror is a place where a lot of people go to start their careers because it's a genre where there's always a horror movie in production because people who like horror movies are always they're very prolific
fiending.
creators, you know what I mean? Like, and it's a very accessible genre, and they make a shit ton of money, and so lots of horror movies get produced, and a lot of people who don't have a whole lot of acting chops will get hired onto them because like there's just so many of them, and yeah, so you get a lot of people's starts in horror movie. Jamie Lee Curtis, what's the girl who looks like Sid the Sloth?
Oh my God.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
She was
Yes.
a scream queen, like, yeah.
Jennifer Aniston, Leprechaun.
Jennifer Aniston, Leprechaun, and Courtney Cox. I think Friends was before Scream, though.
Barely, yeah, but like I'll tell you what took me out of it though. Mia's fucking haircut.
Yeah, it kind of looked like she was wearing like a bad wig
You know,
sometimes.
it reminded me of the babysitter in Monster House.
Mia as a character,
Just that I could not stand her, and I get she's going through so much, but I could not stand her. Because okay, I liked her in the beginning. She's a cool like if that's your best friend's like if that's like an older sister figure to you, fantastic. But then everything she does after that hand just made me mad. Especially like she held his hand there.
But like that's kind of the point.
I know it's like I get. She's been through so much. I understand.
Yeah.
She's hearing her mom for the first time and stuff. But it really like she fucking held his hand there for past the 90 seconds. Like, you know, but I think that makes it an even better like. So we talked about kind of like this as an example, like social media. I think it's just kind of like addiction in general.
Yeah.
You know, and social media like that is for some like you know if you suffer from addiction in any forms like it's similar. You know, it's all it can manifest in all similar ways. So like that is like you know her addiction to this thing, her addiction to this hand seeing her mom and like all this stuff like I mean ruins everyone's life around her. It drags everybody down with her, you know, but I mean she really in one night almost killed her best friend's little brother and then
cheated on her
and then sucked on her boyfriend's foot
and killed her dad or almost killed her dad really soon after. The way that her mother's like anniversary is kind of like presented almost feels like an AA thing, like a sobriety thing. You know what I mean? When everybody's like, "Oh, it's been 2 years," you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but
I really liked the little girl like thing where she was like, "I can take you to him," and then she goes.
Oh yeah, when she grabbed the hand of the little girl,
and
the little girl said, "Like you come in, I let you in." Me and Alec looked at each other. We were like, "Oh fuck, that's so fucking tight."
That scene was crazy.
That was wild.
There was a baby being chomped on.
Really?
Yeah, did you not catch that?
I did.
Someone was eating a baby.
Yeah, I thought it was a mother holding her baby.
Yeah, that looked terrible.
Yeah, that was super cool. Like a great inversion of like there was no conception of that happening to me. You know what I mean? Or for me in my brain, like that was a great little reversal. I also love that every time they let someone in, the camera just like hardcore cut to like them like throwing their head back and like the entire angle of the camera took like a 90-degree turn. That was a lot of fun. Some great camera movement that showed how jarring it was. Yeah, that was a great part. I was gonna say something and those people in our parking spot fucked me up so bad. My train of thought.
You know.
Oh, speaking of inconsiderate people, should we talk about the guy after the movie? As we were walking out of the building.
No!
Becca
Becca
was going through the door first. So like we couldn't quite like open the door for her, and this guy was walking by on the street and he grabbed the door and like opened it up for her. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then he like looked at me and like waved, but he waved with the hand that opened the door, and the door fell on Becca as she was trying to scoot her little way through the door.
And it just had that good like if you've heard a bird hit glass.
Just fucking funny.
And that lady too, who felt awful while we were
the lady who grabbed the door afterwards. Yeah.
She had a look of horror.
Homeboy was unbothered. You opened the door to be kind, but then just like let it shut on me. I was like, okay.
Yeah, wild. Well, my train of thought is thoroughly fucked. Is there anything that we haven't talked about?
The mom was kind of mean. I felt bad for the
like
daughter.
she was weirdly.
She was a strange.
She like
character.
gave me
nice
mixed
to
vibes
Mia.
of like cool mom and like
her
bad
response
mom.
to Mia, I was cool with.
Well,
I would be like, get the fuck away from my kid.
Yeah.
It was how she treated her daughter during that.
That's the
when the daughter like went to grab her hand and she like pulled her hand away. I was like, all right, you're a bitch for that.
I was like, come on.
Well, because in the beginning, she just like was not nice to her children. She was only nice to Mia, and like she's talking to Mia really sweetly in the kitchen, and she goes, "Riley, get your shit off the table."
Well,
And,
I
like-
thought that was more just
Australians cuss a lot more
Yeah.
casually
But,
than
like-
we do too.
I never thought she was a mean mom till that scene. I kind of caught that she was distant and like protective.
In particular, she was like, "Get your shit off the table," and then
And
he
then-
started getting his shit off the table, and she was like, "Did you hear me?" And I'm like,
I
and
just
it
missed
like
that.
A,
She was
it's been
mean.
3.4 seconds, bitch, and B, he immediately started doing what you asked. So
He's
like,
also doing homework.
and was
Yeah.
It
doing
wasn't
the homework.
Legos on the table.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like
Legos.
weirdly aggro on her son in that scene, and I didn't know what I was supposed to take
Yeah.
from that scene in particular because yeah, she was a
But I like
nuanced parental figure, that's for sure.
Well, she also she walks in the first time we see her. She's like, "Hey, hey, Riley, thank you for helping." Like as if he was purposefully ignoring her, but that's like he didn't know that she was coming inside. Like what? So I think she was meant to be like, yeah, not a great mom.
Yeah. But I will say, I mean, no, are you fucking kidding me? Jesus. Cheese and rice. It's
Jordan's
been minutes.
getting
I don't
miffed.
like them. I don't even live here, dog. Yeah.
For ghouls, because I'm definitely gonna chop this up. The reason my train of thought is so effed up in Jordan is in a tizzy is because there's these old white people that are parked in our parking spot and kind of threw a minor fit
Are
that they had to
obviously
leave.
new to Seattle or don't live here.
And there's also, it's not even if you, it's the carrying a conversation in that instance in general. It's like, I told you you're in my parking spot because I live here. You have to
Leave.
move. There's no conversation to be had.
There's
I don't
no
have to
more
fucking
about, like-
suggest parking to you.
Exactly.
It's also almost midnight. I want to go home. I want to go up to my.
Yeah, it's entitled old people being entitled old people. But anyways,
No, but I did feel like that mom was mean, but I did feel her in that moment where she told Mia to
If
Get
you
lost,
come back,
yeah.
I'm
Because,
calling the
like,
police.
I just. It took. I did not like her after like the first third of the movie. I just was not like. She was great. Performance, fantastic. Everybody was on point in this. It was just the, like, not even poor decision making. I think that's just kind of the point is like, you kind of do understand, like, everything she's doing is rational from the sense of like what her trauma is, what she's craving, how she, she feels like an outcast or whatever. So it all makes sense, but it doesn't make it any less annoying when she does it and it starts affecting people around her.
Can we talk about the general vibe of the duo that has the hand?
yeah, they're like just
Especially
like the
the-
kind of
Oh.
asshole, but like funny, like
The kids sucked. That guy is also too old. I felt to be
Yeah.
hanging out with any of them.
yeah. He seemed like I think he was supposed to be their age, like in the movie, but like
I think he was supposed to be the age of like the older brother in the beginning who got stabbed.
Yeah, I took it as like he's just one of those dudes who still kind of hangs
Just
around
hangs out.
his high school or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah, cringe. But they were funny.
They
Um,
were funny.
The scene where Riley was bashing his head into like the,
He did that.
whew, that was bad. That was a rough one. I wasn't expecting it. I was like expecting something to happen.
When he starts pulling his
But
eye out.
that was
When he
fucking
started
nuts.
pulling his eye
Bad,
out, I
bad,
was like,
bad.
what the fuck?
I was holding my head.
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh, fuck, I did not expect this. Like, yeah,
Oop.
that one fucked me up. Wasn't ready for that. That was crazy. And the prosthetics and, like, the makeup and the VFX that they have every time that someone, like, got possessed by the hand, like, just really, really good. Like, the darkening of the lips and the eyes where the pupils are too wide and, like, yeah. it was
Straight
all
up
really-
looked like they were basically doing like the devil's whippet. Like
The devil's whip.
that was like, you get 90 seconds of like euphoria. you look like shit though. You got like blue lips. And
I
just-
think the little Christian boyfriend guy, whatever his name was, I can't remember.
Daniel.
He fucking ate when he
ate.
was doing the hand.
Yeah.
Like his acting was really good. I thought like the sounds he
Really
made and
good.
like really good. Like
really good.
when he made out with the dog, that was fucked.
That was
Wrong.
fun.
And then
See,
when he has like the drool all over his face afterwards.
Yep, with the hair
Grody.
stuck to it. Yeah,
Hated
that
that.
was fucked.
I'm proud of little Jade for never doing the hand. She
Yeah, she
stuck
never
with
came
it.
succumbed.
Yeah.
Succumbed. She never partook. There we go.
I liked it. I liked her character.
She was a good character, very wholesome.
Yeah.
I was very annoyed with her for being like. It felt like she didn't like Mia, but
Again,
she
though,
like
I'm so
couldn't tell
biased.
her no.
I mean, I didn't
Um,
really like me either.
I don't know.
So
I think the
got it.
point of her character is nobody liked Mia because, and again, not her fault, but she was so overcome with grief. Like, I think the one
It's hard to be around her.
who's, the one person
Haley.
said, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she is just,
Like, get
she's
her out of
fucking
here, she's
draining.
dumb.
And,
Yeah.
you know, that's not her fault. That sucks.
No, and like, yeah, exactly. Like, but, and like a good friend is there anyways. But like, it's hard. You can't always be.
And you know what? Even you had kind of mentioned, like, how nice that mom was to Mia.
Well, and it's
Versus her. So, and she had that line towards the end of the movie, like how she forced her way into her family.
And
So
that's,
there's probably some resentment there of like, you know, my mom won't even hold my hand after my brother
Right.
bashes his face in, but like she's giving you hugs in the kitchen and like.
Here's the thing. I have so many people who have quote unquote forced their way into my family.
Hey, easy,
Jordan.
easy.
So I don't know. I feel like it's weaponized. I don't know. I didn't like that. Even though I don't know. I feel like
I think you're the only one in this car that likes.
well she
Mia,
is
though.
she does share a name with my sister.
That's her like
So-
maybe like one pro. Everything else is like I do not like that character.
I don't know.
I feel like she was in like.
But I feel
that's,
like that was kind of the
intentional.
point. Is
Yeah.
like she's going like it's like you catch glimpses of like she's cool, like she's cool as shit to the little brother and stuff like that. Like she's fun when they're singing. Sia in the car, she offers a
It's
ride
great
home
because
to like.
you don't realize they're not siblings until you see the sister. And
Oh, I realized they weren't.
I didn't.
Becca doesn't see color.
She
Well,
doesn't
I
see
don't know.
color.
Just
And then I
I'm-
thought it was interesting that we didn't see the dad's face until like he
Yeah, I
reads
thought
the
that was gonna be like a
suicide note.
reveal.
I
Like
did
when it was so
too.
blurry, I was like, okay, this is gonna be some sort of weird reveal later in the
Yeah.
movie. Like, cause like, this is gonna sound so stupid, comparing these two movies. In Detective Pikachu,
Stop.
Ryan Reynolds is like the voice of Pikachu, right? And then they kept showing the main
dad-
character's
the
dad,
dad.
but it was like blurry, and I was like, immediately I was like, that's fucking Ryan Reynolds. Like
Yeah,
Pikachu's
it's
gonna
his
be his
dad.
dad. Like immediately, you know what I mean? And it was a similar situation where it was invisible. I was like, okay, that's gonna be a fucking reveal, and then it just wasn't. Like they just like showed him like the next time he was in a scene, they just showed him like fully in frame, well lit, and I was like, oh, okay. I guess I
I
was just
wonder-
fucking wrong.
I don't know because when they were in the kitchen, I don't know if it was just like the way the light was reflecting. He looked like a different actor. Like he looked like much lighter skin, different face shape. Like it looked to me like he had different hair, like long hair, and I was really confused. 'Cause I
I
was
think
like,
that's yeah. I don't. I don't. I would have to like watch it again.
I think you're just racist.
sorry, you want to say that again in the mic?
I think you're just racist.
Period. Thank you.
Period. I liked the. You know, I kind of felt like I didn't think it would actually be true. Like I did not trust her mom from like the
No,
beginning.
yeah.
So
Oh,
I
no,
thought
yeah.
she was gonna insinuate at some point like your dad fucking killed me.
Bro, that's why I turned to Alec and I said that.
I did
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
but it didn't go that way, which is fun. Like it didn't need to. I just figured, you know.
That was the direction it was going. Yeah.
Yeah, but either way, she got her to turn on her dad regardless because she
Stab that fool in the neck.
stabbed him in the, that poor guy. And he sat there for,
Bro, I didn't think
entire
he wasn't
night.
dead. I had no idea. I was like, she's gonna go in and she's gonna find the body and then she's gonna frame her.
I mean,
is
he
what
is,
I thought. And he was alive.
I mean, he's dead at this point because nobody got him help. She left immediately and went to the
I mean,
hospital.
he was at the hospital.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I don't know.
Was he
Weird.
really him though, or was that like a
I
hallucination?
thought the idea was that he recovered alongside Riley and was walking out of the hospital after having recovered and wasn't responding to Mia calling out to him because he was alive and she was dead.
Yeah.
Is how I read it.
Me too.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah,
it was
she's-
time was going really fast. I forgot about that.
Yeah. And she's, you know what? And here's the thing, everybody was happier.
Yeah, so, you know, all I'm saying is I'm right about Mia. She's the worst thing. There's going to be a sequel.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah. It's called
What do you-
Talk to Me.
I love that.
Yeah.
This is the logo for it.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh yeah, I have seen that.
So we'll see
I
how
don't
that
know.
goes.
Like, either, like, I would have not seen a Hereditary sequel.
No. Apparently the like tagline is like what happened to the other hand or whatever or like where's the other hand. Which by
hold
the
up.
way, I
I like
thought that
that.
like because I saw that poster before this, I thought they were going to destroy this hand and then like so when she killed her dad, this was my headcanon that I immediately like made up. She's going to kill her dad.
Going
So
Alec
she's
mode.
on the run now.
Mm-hmm.
But they somehow destroy the hand in this movie, and now she's gonna go hunt down the other hand. Totally wrong. None of
Yeah.
that happens.
What
You know
happens
what
if
I
you
mean?
make the two
So now-
hands?
Oh shit! When you put the two hands together and give
touch
the
them
little
together.
vagina
Yeah, when you
like-
look through, like,
thing, yeah.
I was going to say for the audio listener, but that's the only listener that exists. is
For the audio listener.
Okay, that was one thing. I liked and it's nitpicky. I think it should have ended like 5 seconds sooner.
Oh yeah, like
I
instead
thought it
of
would have
when-
been so much better with just the hands connecting versus like
And then
it
cut to
actually
black.
takes you to the room and like, which again just feels
feel
like
like it
it feels
was-
like a studio note of like maybe
Yeah.
someone's gonna miss that,
100%.
which
I feel
again
the
feels
same
like
way.
Hereditary. Like, you know, you understand where that's going, and then they start telling you like out loud,
Yeah.
like, you know, which I was actually gonna say. I had heard a lot of comparisons to Hereditary going into this, which made me a lot more scared than I thought this movie actually was.
Yeah.
And
agreed.
I could see Hereditary's influence, I guess, but I didn't necessarily feel like they were.
Not comparable in my
Not
opinion.
really
I think
comparable outside of
Hereditary is a
what
lot better.
the slamming of the face,
Yeah.
the corner of the room thing. Like,
So
There's actual
Hereditary feels
moments.
a step above for sure.
100%. Like, actually, like, because Hereditary made me feel fucking bad.
Yeah.
This movie
Becca was,
didn't make me
me and
feel
Becca were
bad.
still
We've
pretty
talked
religious
about
when
it
we saw
on the
that.
pod.
And
I saw
she, like-
fucking shadow people in the rooms,
yeah,
dude.
she was like, we let bad spirits into our house.
Yeah,
That was
Hereditary made
specifically
me-
in my mind, bro.
That was not as scary as I thought it was going to be.
No, but it
But
was
still good
really
spooks.
good. Like,
Great. Did the costuming, as far as like the demons or spirits that they saw, and like again the makeup and stuff, I thought it was all top tier.
They had axolotls.
They did have axolotls.
we did axolotls indeed.
All right, where are we ranking
So
this on
let's
Letterboxd?
rank these. I already ranked mine, so I'll hand it over to you, Jordan, so you
Okay.
can put it on your list. I put it at number 19, above Scream and under Akira. Akira, leave me alone. It's a good audio.
All right.
Bro, you only have 4 movies to choose from.
Okay.
6
yeah,
movies.
It makes it kind of
Thank
harder.
you.
I'm gonna put it below Evil Dead Rise and above Megan.
Solid.
I've got it at 40, right below Past Lives, right above Fallen.
Fallen. Denzel's best work.
Sorry, guys.
In the episode.
Oh my god.
Alex
been sitting
Last
here
time
for
he said that, he pissed his pants.
Alec is getting out of the car and leaving the episode early because he has to piss so bad.
I want to eat that cheesecake.
I do want to fuck up the cheesecake. And
sorry,
I want to play a
hold
little
on.
bit of Sea of Thieves before we go to bed.
Oh, I'm not. I have no intention of going to bed.
Becca's
good,
freaked out
good,
about
good.
doing a whole ass app. Not waiting
Here, just use my app or my phone.
I've got it up.
Oh, she's got it up. Alec took the cheesecake with him.
God damn. Well, you know what? That needs to go in the fridge.
He's running with it.
Little ass kid walking away.
He really does walk like a toddler. I don't know if you guys
I
have
love
noticed
it.
that.
I love his poise.
His poise.
His demeanor.
Okay, I've
house.
got it.
All right, where are you putting it?
It's at 37. Sorry, another reminder, this is Becca's list, so, it's fake.
We need to have like a jingle.
Becca's list.
Becca's list, where everything's fake and made up.
Where, the rules are made up and the points don't matter. 37, above infinity pool and below bodies.
That feels like it fits right in there.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
It's cozy. Nice.
Cool.
All right, goals. We love you.
Bye, goals.
Have a good.
Good evening,
time.
good night.
I don't know. We're still figuring out movies and stuff, so we've got a weird schedule right now with work and stuff because
And
of
a
Becca's
broken
leg. So we'll try and get things out to you.
Good
But no promise.
night.
Love you, girls. Good night.
Apologies.
Better be sorry.